Hey, welcome to the station where we talk trains, truth, and life. In this episode, we're at the village of Watford, Ontario. Let's see the impact the railway had on this little village. Welcome to the station. Today we're pulling into a small village with a big story, Watford, Ontario. Now picture this, a time when the rhythm of life was set by the sound of steel on steel. When the arrival of a train didn't just bring passengers, it brought opportunity, connection, and growth. But here's the question. What happens to a town when the trains stop coming? Let's step back in time and then forward again as we explore the rise, the change, and the enduring spirit of Watford. Watford's story is deeply tied to the expansion of the Grand Trunk Railway in the mid to late 1800s. When the railway pushed through this part of Lambton County, it transformed what might have remained a quiet rural settlement in a growing hub of activity. The railway did three major things to Watford. It connected the town to the outside world. So before the railroad, travel and trade were slow and limited. With the arrival of the train, Watford was suddenly linked to larger centers such as Sarnia and London and beyond. It fueled local industry and agriculture. Farmers could now ship grain, livestock, and goods quickly and efficiently. Local businesses began to grow around the station. Stores, supply depots, and services arose. It shaped the very layout of the town. Like many railway towns, Watford grew outward from the tracks. The station became the heartbeat where people gathered, goods moved, and news arrived. You can almost picture the scene. Steam rising from locomotives, workers loading freight and unloading, families waiting on the platform. Watford wasn't just on the map, it was connected. The railroad didn't just pass through Watford, it shaped its identity. Commerce thrived, local shops depended on the steady flow of goods. Mail, newspapers, and supplies all came by rail. And perhaps even more importantly, the railway brought people together. It was where reunions happened, where goodbyes were said, and where opportunity arrived in the form of a train ticket. But like many small towns, change came. As transportation shifted, first to trucks and then highways, the importance of rail began to fade. Passenger service declined, freight patterns changed, and eventually, the trains became less frequent. The tracks that once symbolized growth became quiet reminders of what once was. Today, Watford is part of the municipality of Lambton Shores, but it still carries its own unique identity. It's a place where community matters, neighbors know each other, and history is never far from view. While the trains may not define daily life anymore, their impact is still visible. It's visible in the layout of the town and its heritage and its story, but it's also visible as the trains run through the town to this day. Watford today is a quiet but vibrant village, a place that reflects both where it came from and where it is going. And here's something that makes Watford especially unique today: Grogan's Classic Cars. If the railroad tells the story of how Watford moved in the past, Grogan's tells the story of how people still love the journey. Inside, you'll find beautiful restored vehicles, each one with its own history, its own craftsmanship, and its own story. It's a place where chrome shines and engines roar, or used to. The nostalgia comes alive. In a way, it's not that different from the railway era, because whether it's trains or classic cars, there's something about movement, machinery, and memory that captures our imagination. Watford reminds us of something important. Towns grow, industries change, tracks, they may fade, but the story doesn't end. Because what truly defines a place isn't just what passes through it. It's the people who stay, build, and carry the story forward. From steam engines to classic cars, from busy platforms to quiet streets, Watford continues its journey. Hey, thanks for joining with me on this stop. As usual, if you've enjoyed this episode to Welcome to the Station, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves small towns, railroads, and the stories that connect us. Hey, until next time, welcome to the station.